wait to tell our God story, they're telling the God story. A Jew can't pray on top there, not because of religious reasons, because they're not allowed to, government-wise. A Jew was up there last summer, it was cold, it was hot, it was like 150 degrees in Israel. He takes a bottle of water, goes to take a sip, he says, Shachol Yevra, he says the blessing over water, and they arrest him for praying on the Temple Mount. My son, who's a bit of a Kanaka, he goes with a bunch of Bochum, a bunch of yeshiva students, and they go with a rabbi from one of the yeshivas, a girls' yeshiva there, who knows how to pray on the Temple Mount. Because you're allowed to give a tour. You can't pray there. So he gives a tour. Yisgadal, Yisgadal. And all the boys look at each other. You hate me, brother? So that's our story. We should tell the God story. And that's what's going on with Israel. So, being that I'm this expert now in anti-Semitism and speak all over the world, I will tell you, people ask, how do you fight anti-Semitism? How do you fight anti-Jewish? I have the answer. The way you fight anti-Jewish is with Jewish. You fight it. You mean by putting on tefillin, I'm fighting it? Yes. You mean by lighting Shabbos? Yes. You mean by getting together in the Chabad event? Yes. You mean having some matzah ball and some donuts? I'm fighting? Yes. Doing Jewish fights anti-Jewish. That's how you do it. Certainly throwing it away doesn't fight it. Doing it fights it. That's how it is. You know, in Gaza they had those rockets fly over into Sderot and everything, and Israel has that new machine. What's that machine called? The Iron Dome, to knock it down, right? What's in Hebrew?
Kipat Barzel.
Kipat Barzel. You from Israel?
No.
No, okay. I was in Los Angeles a few weeks ago, and I said, Kipat Barzel. He said, Kipat Barzel, guy in the back row. I said, are you from Israel? He said, what's the matter with you? I'm from Los Angeles. Israelis are tough. So the way we fight Kipat Barzel is what we use. What Kipat Barzel means iron dome. Kippah, Barzel, steel. It was a steel yarmulke they put there. Someone throws anti-Jewish Qassam and Kedusha rockets. Israel put together a steel yarmulke, Kippah Barzel, and iron dome. That's how you do it. So when my son went to public school and came home in New York with anti-Semitism done to him on a regular basis, from swastikas to KKK, to throwing things at him, to everything, I would go down there, and I had no idea how to fight anti-Jewish. I had no idea. I'm down there talking and this, and fighting and yelling, and I had no idea. My son figured it out. He went home, he went to his room, he put on his Kippah Barzel. He put on his steel yarmulke and his steel scissors. He decided to dress like a mensch to school every day. As a Jew should look when he's in public. And he went to school and he davened by his locker. And people looked at him and people saw, oh, he's legit. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Walked around, just hit people in the hallway. That's how you fight anti-Jewish behavior. You do Jewish. That's what we have to do. 25 years of doing Jewish. And look how much anti-Jewish it has fought. Think of what would be in this world if it wasn't 25 years of just this organization. So, what happened to me? I had to get out of the United States because anti-Jewish was getting a little too anti-David Nesenoff. They started coming down on me. When you put your neck out there in the news like that, people go after you. MSNBC, a guy named Keith Olbermann called me the second worst person in the world. Bill O'Reilly was the first. I never win anything. So the second worst president, it wasn't very nice. They started calling me a racist. They had to put me down because all I did was report and give someone freedom of speech, and she said something that they didn't like. So they had to go after me. So I had to get out of there. I decided, she said to go home. I'm going home. I'm going to Israel. So my wife and daughter are still in the States. My son was studying at a yeshiva in Jerusalem. I'm going to go there. We're going to finish cutting the movie. I'm going to go there, going alone, day before Rosh Hashanah. I'm leaving my wife and daughter here. going there. I'm thinking about all the things that I told you about, all the problems, the good, the bad. Sitting at El Al Gate in JFK Airport, waiting to get on the plane. My mind is racing with everything you now know. And I see something odd. Across the way, I see about 100 Hasidim. They weren't Lubavitch, they were Belzer. It's another brand. They were over there, and they kept looking over my way. And they were slowly making their way over to me, like I wouldn't notice 100 Hasidim. And then they start circling slowly. They got phones going, and there's, it's like a slow motion horror. So I'm waiting to see, okay, what's this going to be about now? And one of them has the chutzpah, one of them has the guts. He leans over and he looks at me with the phone by his ear and he says, "Are you the guy?" Huh? Are you the guy? Washington, the guy Washington. Are you the guy? Oh, yeah, I'm the guy Boston, He's the guy! I'm excited. I was going home to my people. Everybody was going. It was wonderful. Home to my land. People there, I was in a hotel, people recognized me. Because, incidentally, in Israel, they were the people she wanted them to go back to Germany and Poland, so they knew the story. But it was very nice. I spent a couple of years now having Jews come up to me and shake my hand and thank me. But we still had, a lot of hate to repel. Even when Helen Thomas died a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, she died. I wasn't really in touch with her. I had nothing to do with her. I never fired her. She was fired. Eventually, she lost her job in the White House. She had her name taken off all these awards. She had her name taken off awards from her university, Wayne State, from the Society of Professional Journalism. She got 2 awards from 2 terrorist organizations. She accepted them. I had nothing to do with her, but I knew she died because I started getting emails. "Are you happy now, Kai? Oh, you were one of the ones missed in the Holocaust." Where I started getting hate mail. So I knew something's up, found out she died. So, what happened? That story, that part is over, but I'll tell you something. It goes a little bit deeper than anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism, I think Jews have an easy time with. Because, they're bad, we're good. They're bad, we're good. We got rid of all the anti-Semites. Just for a moment, you know what we're left with? The Jews. Have you seen these people? All people. How do we get along ourselves? The first Holy Temple was destroyed because of the anti-Semites, not because of Helen, because of the Hellenists. My name's Helen, I apologize. Don't come to me afterward. My name's Helen and my So, she calls herself Hannah anyway, So, Second Holy Temple was destroyed because of Jew against Jew. Brotherhood. And that's not going to be so easy to rebuild as the first time. We have to do something. How are we going to go ahead and fix the Jew and the Jew? How do we do that? It comes down to one word. It's a Yiddish word. Even if you don't know Yiddish, you'll know this word. The word is kvetch. What's kvetch mean? Plain wine, red or white. You have wine. So anyway, yeah, I was in England. When I was in England, actually, I said, "What does kvetch mean?" And someone said, "Whinge." It means whinge. That's not so bad. Everybody in the audience went, "Yes, it means win." But she was close to what it really means. Kvetch actually means squeeze. I kvetched the kugel into the corner of the pan. I kvetched it. A kvetch. The only reason I know that word is because my grandfather, my Nathan, came over from Poland, from the town of Sheriffs, the sole survivor, came to Bronx, New York, set up a fruit and vegetable stand, and had a horse puller, and I knew him when he had the store. And he spent his entire life saying one sentence: "Don't kvetch the fruit." Don't